Hi, my name is Virginia Ramos. I am the assistant principal at Bonita Springs Middle Center for the Arts, and we have a group here today for Government Day, walking around learning about Bonita Springs and all it has to offer. And we are grateful that the government has opened their doors to us, and we will continue to come every time we're invited. Thank you.
Good morning. You're out of school? Come on. You're getting pizza later. Good morning. All right, welcome to Government Day. This is a great tradition for us, and we're very excited you're here so that we can share all of this great information about your city and your community and how your local government works. My name is Arlene Hunter, and I'm the city manager. And I'd like to introduce you to our mayor, Rick Steinmeier, right here. This is our mayor.
Hey, good morning, folks. My future in Bonita is sitting right here. We're waiting for you. We'll be ready for you, too. Hope you enjoy Bonita. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Ed.
Thank you. Thank you. What we're going to do right now is some introductions. You have quite a bit of our city staff here with you today, and we're going to each give you a little bit about our background and our education, and then how we came to be in the positions that we're in. First off, I'm going to share with you a little bit that we are what's called government light. Your municipality is government light. So we do not have our own police department, but we have a contract with the Lee County Sheriff's Office to provide service here, and we've got a representative here as well. And then we do not have our own fire department. That is a separate elected board that is the Bonita Springs Fire Control and Rescue District. And also, we do not have our own municipal water and sewer. You guys know BSU, Bonita Springs Utilities? That's the utility in the area. Some cities have all those services underneath one umbrella. We are primarily government light, and we primarily contract out a lot of our projects. And then we have to oversee those as well. Again, my name's Arlene, and I started with the city a long time ago. I was 12 when I started. No, about 16 years ago. What I started as a special events and park coordinator. Have any of you guys been to celebrate Bonita, 4th of July, Holiday in the Park? So there's a lot of work that goes into that. There's contracts to provide the music and the entertainment. There's insurance needed for fireworks. That was my first job with the city. And then I had the opportunity to move up to be the director of development services and work with businesses during the recession we had in about 2008. From there, I had the opportunity to become assistant city manager, and then in 2018, I became the city manager. I grew up locally on Sanibel, and I went to high school in Fort Myers at Bishop Verot. I then went to Florida State University, where I received my master's degree in urban and regional planning. So that's kind of the path of how I got here. I had a great opportunity to move up kind of within the ranks here at the city. I'm excited to be in Bonita Springs. My husband was born and raised here, and he graduated Bonita Springs Middle quite a while ago. So with that, I'm going to ask each of our directors to introduce themselves and give you a little bit more background about their career and what they studied.
Good morning. My name is Clara Fetty, and I am the accounting supervisor here for Bonita. I've been here 10 years. I have my degree in accounting. I got a bachelor's degree. I'm originally from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I went to Muskingum University in Northeast Ohio. Got my bachelor's and then pursued my career in accounting. So prior to working here for the city, I had a couple great opportunities to work with large corporations. I'm sure most of you have heard of Coca-Cola Enterprises. That is a big, huge distributor for the Coca-Cola products that you probably drink. And then I moved on to a company that was publishing company for school books and online courses. So I worked there at Coca-Cola, I was there 11 years, and Cengage Learning, I was there 10. Then I moved here to Florida because I love the weather. And I was very fortunate. They had a position open in the accounting department. So I went and started as a senior accountant and then worked my way up to the supervisor position, and I report to the finance director. What I love about accounting is not only its numbers, but, and I'm not going to ask anybody if they like math because nobody ever raises their hand, so I'm not going to ask that question today. So, but what I do like about accounting is that it touches, no matter what company you work for or what city you work for or county, it touches every department that's within that company or city. And that's what I love about it. We control the cash that comes in, the cash that goes out. We work with all these guys over there and ladies, working with their budgets, helping them keep it in line, make sure that they're spending it wisely, making sure that nobody steps outside of the boundaries, so to speak, to make sure we stay in compliance with all the laws and the statutes of Florida. So that's the wonderful part about accounting, is just being involved in all aspects of the job here. Also, what I really truly enjoy is learning. It's always learning. There's always changes going on. I love working with the guys over there because they teach me so much more about the city. Matt Feeney, who will come up here, I have learned more about putting in a ditch and water lines and roads that I never thought I'd learn stuff like that, so you never know. And then I got Tony over there. He tells me all about the violations and the laws and the rules, and his group is important in keeping everybody safe and happy. So anyway, like I said, it's a good field. I've had great opportunities, and hopefully some of you will follow in my footsteps. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I'm Mike Sheffield, and I am the city clerk. And I've only been in this position for 1 month, but I've lived in Bonita Springs for 20 years. I'm originally from a city way up north near Niagara Falls. Has anyone ever been to Niagara Falls? Wow, nice. So, it's very cold, especially in wintertime. So that's why I'm here in Florida. So I am the city clerk. Let me tell you a little bit about what I do. Who here likes history, likes to read about history, study history? Me too. Good. That makes me happy to see so many hands up. One of the most important things a city clerk does is to write and record the history of the city, of city government. Every time the city council meets and they pass laws, ordinances, which are city laws, or some other type of action that they take, I'm sitting there and I'm writing everything down and I'm recording it. And it becomes part of the city's history. So if you think about it, think about all the history we know about ancient Rome and ancient Greece and early our founding fathers. We know all of that because somebody recorded that history. Somebody was there writing it down. Well, that's one of the things that I do. Also, it's very important. We live in a democracy. So it's very important that people, our citizens, participate with their government. But they can't do that if they don't know when their city council is meeting, if they don't know when they're meeting or what time or where. So it's very important that we notify the public when our meetings are so they can come and attend and participate in their government, to engage, because that's very important in our democracy. So the clerk has to put out notices informing people when and where city council will be meeting, and they can come and speak and state their opinions, and they can object if they want to. So that's very important. So the third most important thing I do is I'm the elections official for the city. So we have city elections. We have a city council, right? We have 7 members. We have the mayor, and we have city councilors, and they are elected. So the city clerk is the elections official. And my role with that is to make sure that all the candidates are following all of the rules We have state rules that they must follow. Candidates must provide certain forms. They must fill out forms properly. And city clerk makes sure that they do that because it's very important that they report their expenses, who is contributing, that they're transparent. And when we say transparent, we mean that the public can see where their money's coming from. So they're very open. So those are the three main things that I do. And it's great to meet all of you. And I'm going to pass the microphone on. Let's see who's next.
Good morning. I'm Nicole Perino. I'm the Parks and Recreation Director here for the city. So I'm the fun department, is what I like to say. So I get to do all the fun things of building parks and designing them and playgrounds and fields, baseball fields, soccer fields. So all the fun things. I started here with the city 15 years ago. And as Arlene, worked my way up through the ranks to become the Parks and Recreation Director. I've been in Parks and Recreation for actually 23 years, so a long time, because I started out right out of college in the Parks and Recreation field. My degree is actually a Bachelor's of Science degree in Biological Sciences, so it is a little long way of how I got to become in Parks and Recreation, but that is my background. With a minor in chemistry. I don't know why that one. It just sounded like a good idea at the time. But again, I am from Ohio, same as Clara, just the other side of the state from her. But I moved here for the weather as well, for all the fun things that we have, beaches and. But again, the fun department, I like parks. So do any of you guys use our facilities, our park facilities? Get one playing soccer, go to playgrounds. Good, good. I like to see the hands. I like to see that you're actually utilizing the facilities that we've done. So that's what our department is here for, so that you and your families can enjoy all of our amenities. So I will pass it along.
Thank you very much, Miss Nicole. My name is Jesse. I work alongside and for Nicole as the pool manager. Does anybody know where the pool is located? It's right next door. It's right next door to your school. Does anybody know? It's right on the corner of Pine and Terry. Is it coming in a little bit? All right. All right. Well, what we do is we just try to make a nice, safe environment to teach people how to swim and have everybody come have a safe and fun time. But a little bit of my background, I'm actually from the cold north as well. Are you seeing a trend with all of us? It was a little chilly up there, so we all moved down here. So when I was in college, there wasn't really a pool manager route for me to kind of follow. There wasn't really a path. So the best thing that I can tell you is if you see somebody in a position that you kind of want to gravitate towards. If you're interested in something in school and you don't really know how to get there, my professor in college was a really, really good mentor, and he had kind of the position that I wanted. I thought, man, if I could just be a lifeguard the rest of my life, that would be sweet. So I talked to him, and he mentored me, and he helped me gain some courses and gain some experience, but he really helped me out to travel into the position where I am now. So I've been with the city for 15 years, almost. It's been a wonderful, wonderful job. If any of you have any questions about the day, just flag one of us down and we'll be happy to help you out. So thank you very much.
Good morning. My name's Tony Backhurst and I'm the Director of Neighbourhood Services, which oversees emergency management and code enforcement. So unlike Nicole, I am not the fun department. We oversee property management issues and violations within the city, and we work hand in glove with the Good Sergeants Department, with the Sheriff's Department. So my background a little bit different. I grew up in England, London, England, and the education system over there is completely different than here. We started back then. I started at the age of 4 and finished at 16, high school, and I left on my 15th birthday. I won't tell you lies. I wasn't a particularly good student, but I was decent at kicking a soccer ball, and I was on a professional team's academy. So I played professional soccer for a few years and was so good, I ended up going into the Royal Marines Commandos, which is kind of, I wasn't that good, obviously. So I went through there and ended up actually moving to Canada. So when we're talking cold, we're all one up in each other. So I moved to Canada, and I was in the police for 20 years there, and was fortunate enough to move down to the US 13 years ago. So I've been with the city 5 years. My education has been throughout my life. I've had to kind of pick up as I've gone along. And I love my job and everything I do here. I'm so thankful I have a son who's 14 who does not take after me. He's an A student and going to high school, and he's in the Cambridge program, international program, because he's a straight A student. I do tell him, you're just like your dad, which I think he probably knows isn't true. I'm still involved in soccer. I'm now the coach for next season in Cape Coral for the U17 Cyclones team, who are in the National Premier League. So I'm going to be working with them as well as this job. And I can say, working in government, I've spent more than 30 years in government. In some circles, you would never say that out loud. I can say it here, but it's been interesting. And education, nobody would ever told me I'd be as happy as I am doing what I'm doing in this job. So things change as you get older, but education is, I know you hear this probably from everyone, education is so important. It really is. But enjoy the day. Thanks.
Hello, I'm Matt Feeney. I wear a couple of hats around here. I'm the Public Works Director as well as the Assistant City Manager. A little bit about my background. I moved down here probably when I was your age and went to the same high school Arlene did. And then I went up to the cold north to go to college. I went to the University of Notre Dame and did ROTC, which is Reserve Officers Training Corps, which essentially guaranteed me a job right out of college. I was an officer in the United States Navy. I lived in California for 2 years, and then had the fortune of living in Japan for 2 years in charge of some hovercraft. So whoever's in my group, I can explain that a little further. But from there, I came back home down here and worked for a little town, Fort Myers Beach, just up the road. And then ultimately went and worked for a large construction company, a couple of them, one here locally and then one out of Texas that did some specialized construction work. I came back to Bonita Springs about 10 years ago, came here to be the Public Works Director and then ultimately the Assistant City Manager. What we do in Public Works is we build roads, we build sidewalks, we build drainage infrastructure. The biggest project that's going on right now is out towards the 7-Eleven on your way to the beach. There's a very large sidewalk that is just finishing up. You may remember the downtown Bonita Old 41 project a few years ago. That was about a $20 million project that we did, as well as all the landscaping that you see on the roadways or street lighting are things that we maintain. We also do flood control projects. There's a very large one that's getting ready to start off of Paradise Road, as well as environmental projects. So we've dredged Spring Creek. We are getting ready to put sand on the beach, about $2 million worth of sand that the hurricane took off of the beach. We're getting ready to do a project to do that, as well as improving water quality. So we touch a lot of different aspects, and that's probably what I find to be the most rewarding about the job is the different challenges in many different disciplines. And I will tell Clara, I probably didn't like math in school, but in every job I've had, from the Navy to working in construction to here, math plays a significant role, and I've come to love it. So.
How we doing, guys? I I promise we're almost done with introductions. We're getting so close. You guys are being very patient. My name is Sean Gibbons. I work for the Community Development Department. Does anybody know what that actually means? Yeah, sometimes I don't either, and it's okay. Don't worry about that. Kind of think of it like the guidance counselor for the city. You guys been to the guidance counselor's office before? Gotten advice about what you want to grow up to be? Maybe? What career you want to have? That's kind of what we do. So basically we say, city, what do you want to look like when you grow up? What do you want to be? What kind of businesses do you want to have? How large do you want to be? How big of a population do you want to have? Are you going to have enough water, enough space, enough green infrastructure? That's what my department does. We say, okay, you want to achieve these goals. We're going to tell you how best we think you can do that. We have engineers, environmentalists, we have FEMA coordinators, we have building inspectors. Anybody's family do construction? Anybody? So I'm sure you've worked with your parents before, right? Construction, we do development. We also help Matt out with infrastructure. So we do a lot of different things throughout the city. Our offices are actually across the street, so we're not housed in this individual building. I've been doing that job now for about 9 years. I'm a local, so I didn't move from the cold north. I'm born and raised in Bonita and Estero, so I've lived here my whole life. Estero High School graduate, FGCU graduate. That's where I got my degree in political science and my master's degree in public administration with a focus in regional planning. I'm a member of the American Institute of Certified Planners, which means I get to sort of play Legos with a big map and decide how the city's going to look like when it gets older. In addition to that, I'm actually a teacher at FGCU, so I'm an instructor there as well. So any of you guys got plans to go to college? Anybody? Any college hopefuls? Anybody going to go to FGCU? Thinking about it? I hope to see you in one of my classes. I'll look forward to it. We're going to give you guys a tour here in a little bit of the city, kind of show you what's going on upstairs, answer some questions for you guys. But really my big takeaway for you guys with this is going to be similar to everybody else. The value of education, the value of effort and work, and the value of being an independent thinker. Something I really try to push in a lot of my courses and with the different people I deal with in the city is to kind of take the information you see in front of you, make a really smart, informed choice, be able to rely on your mentors, your teachers, your friends, your guidance counselors, right? Or your department heads to kind of make those smart, wise decisions and really rely on those people. So I'd look forward to getting to meet some of you guys a little bit more. If you have any questions, feel free to snag me. I'd be happy to talk with any of you guys about city stuff, or if you have college questions, I can definitely field some of those too for you guys. But we're really excited to have you all here today. So thank you guys for coming out, okay? Who wants it? Well, it's you, boss.
All right, good morning. I'm Sergeant Harden with the Lee County Sheriff's Office. I'm also the Bonita Springs Community Policing Daytime Sergeant, okay? With the Bonita Springs Community Policing Unit, we have two separate shifts. You have a day shift, which will run from 7 to 5:30 at night, and a night shift that runs from 4:30 to 2:30, or from 4 o'clock in the evening to 2 o'clock in the morning. All right, has anybody seen us out at these events and stuff like that? We usually have the Bonita sticker on the car, okay? We're currently going through a new rotation of vehicles, so you'll see more of them out here directly. So a little bit of background on myself. I was born and raised, probably a dying breed here in Florida, actually Southwest Florida, to be honest, at Naples Community Hospital. All right, grew up in Naples and Bonita Springs. Graduated from Lely High School down in East Naples. Once I graduated from high school, I went to the Marine Corps. I was a machine gunner in the Marine Corps. Did that for a couple years, got out, and then started government contracting for the United States Marine Corps. Okay. After that, I thought I'd get a real job and become a cop. So I was a cop in North Carolina for about 6 years and moved back home with my wife and twin daughters. I've been with the Sheriff's Office now for about 10 years. Okay. I'm also a team leader on the SWAT team. Everyone knows what SWAT is? Okay. So we actually have another team. It's called the Waterborne Strike Team. So we deal with domestic terrorism on the water. So like shipboarding, stuff like that. So I'm also an instructor for that. I also lead the sniper team. So I'm one of their team leaders as well. That's pretty much it. Just know if you guys ever see one of us out and you have any questions, feel free to stop us. We're here to help you. Okay? A little bit different than our job, than a lot of these other folks' job, is we get to be kind of all of them at once. But don't ask me how to do math. I'm going to tell you right now. Or spell. Well, don't even happen. I do have an associate's, but thank God for Grammarly. All right? All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now it's your turn.
Good morning. My name is Carly Jean. I am the staff attorney here. I was born and raised in Knoxville, Tennessee. Graduated high school, went to college, graduated college, went straight to law school, and then I got a job over here 5 years ago. So I don't know.
One department, communications. Carissa, can you just wave? Laura Taylor, director, couldn't be here today, but one of the things she works on, as you see here, we have the screen. So part of communications department is our IT, but also our outreach as well. Do you guys have a news station that you do morning news on at Bonita? So I think that's sort of very similar to what we have. We have a Bonita Springs television, and if you have cable, you can watch it, but you can also watch it on the web as well. We try to get out a lot of our information that way as too, and we're going to also share. We're recording this right now, and we're going to share that video as well. So you'll be able to go on the city's YouTube channel and be able to see from today your participation.
Call this meeting to order. All rise. I nominate Eric Bradley to say the pledge.
All right, lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May I have a roll call, please?
Council member number 1.
Here.
Imogen.
Here.
Council member Araceli.
Here.
Council member Isabella.
Here.
Council member Aldrin.
Here.
Council member Eric.
Here.
Council member Kaylee.
Here.
Council member Janet.
Here.
Is there any public comments?
Yes. Cool.
What's the subject?
Well, why don't you ask the city manager to introduce the item?
It's public comment.
Anything at all.
Please identify the subject. Anything, basically.
It's anything you.
Can you say about anything about the
Anything, basically.
How do you feel about something in the city? You can complain about anything.
Or we could just see none.
Yeah, nothing?
No.
All right, that's okay.
Why don't you say we'll move on and take public comment after?
We'll take public comment after.
Now you're going to ask the city manager to introduce the first item.
City manager. City Manager Sophia, announce the please introduce this item. Please and introduce this item.
Today we have before you a discussion regarding landscaping of Terry Street.
Okay, so now you're going to ask the council if they have anything to say on this item?
Does any of my council have anything to say about this?
So you could ask the question, so they gave you some.
Mr. Mayor, I have a question.
So now you're going to have to.
How does the community?
You may speak.
How does the community feel about adding plants and landscaping along West Terry Street?
So why don't you ask the apple tree?
Has there been any public outreach, city manager?
Mayor and council. We have not done any public outrage on this item.
We're here to discuss.
We're here to discuss
If there's an interest
of council
for us to pursue this.
for us to pursue this.
You want to ask a question?
Is
there any further?
Mr. Mayor? Yes.
Ask the mayor to speak.
May I ask a question?
Yes, you may.
Is there existing irrigation on West Terry Street right now?
City managers?
I defer to the assistant city manager. I defer to the assistant city manager.
I defer to the assistant
City manager.
city manager.
There is currently no irrigation that would be part of this project.
Any further discussions?
Mr. Mayor, may I speak?
Yes, you may.
Have we budgeted for extra charge for irrigation?
City managers, may you please speak?
That would require
A budget transfer.
a budget transfer.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes?
may I ask a question?
Yes, you may.
What are the long-term costs of landscaping on West Terry Street?
My city managers, may you please?
I defer the assistant manager.
We estimated a cost of $24,563 for the landscaping and irrigation needed. But there will also be additional cost of $12,000 annually.
Any further discussions by my council members? Any?
Say seeing none.
I see none. Okay.
Is there a motion?
Is there a motion?
Excuse me, Mayor, may I speak?
Yes, you may.
You may wish to take public comment now, as you deferred that earlier.
Good idea.
Hi, my name is Jean Goldberry, and I'm from Bonita, and I don't think this is a good thing for my taxpayer dollars. Not at all.
Thank you. Next.
My name is Quandale Dingle. I am from Estero. Actually, I'm from Bonita. And I think that landscaping is a waste of our money, and it does not contribute to our community at all. Goodbye.
Thank you. Next.
Hello, my name is John Cena. I moved down to Bonita, and I feel as though we should have more Chinese food, and Eric Babin should not be in the city council. He is too short. Way too short.
I put down Ernie of a personal nature.
Anybody else?
Anybody else?
No. Acknowledge your city attorney.
Excuse me, Mayor.
Yes.
May I provide some direction
Yes.
for the public?
Yes, you may.
Please do not make comments of a personal nature.
Okay, I'll try not to.
No, you.
Public, please. Public, please.
I go back?
Anybody else?
No, seeing no more. Do I hear a motion? Now you're gonna ask your council again for a motion.
Is there from any of my city council any motion?
Mr. Mayor, can I ask a question?
Yes, you may.
What types of plants should be planted on West Terry Street?
City managers?
Does that include the budget transfer in the motion?
Ask your motion maker.
Yes.
Thank you. Roll call.
Does the seconder in the motion accept that?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Roll call.
So now you guys are voting.
I will let the assistant attorney provide roll call.
So when she calls your name, you're
Councilmember
answering
Imogen,
Yes.
Councilmember Araceli,
Yes.
Councilmember Isabella,
Yes.
Councilmember Aldrin,
Here. Yes. Yes.
Council. Oh, do I say
Mayor Aldrin,
Yes.
Councilmember Eric,
Yes.
Councilmember Kaylee,
Yes.
Councilmember Janet,
Yes.
it's Janet.
You say motion carries.
Motion carries.
We are adjourned.
We are adjourned.